Perlibis drops a +5 monster AP buff. On the bottom of the Mariah Trench, BDO PvE KR-YambYam get the snorkels out, and they're gonna dive down there, and they're gonna do whatever they can to get that +5 monster AP buff. So they're not going to stop going to Calphion and Kamasylvia and to get these big buffs.
That's good.
He's a bunch of nerds for that.
Puss.
To boil it down to the base level of the situation, if there is no at least acknowledgement of PA within the next 14 days, we will probably lose 4 out of our 5 biggest siege guilds, and we will have the same situation that KR has, where there's only 1 guild left on tier 3.
Oh boy.
How's the new node order system? It's pretty bad. New node order system is just bad. It's nobody cares about anything objective-wise. It's literally just one big PvP fest.
Isn't it possible to just, if there's only 1 fort on the map, to make that 60 minutes? Can you take it in 5 minutes? You're right. It actually is. It's an idea. We definitely need to find a solution to that the fight lasts longer when there is a fight. There needs to be a solution for it. Because if I rage simply because I had too much fun until this point, then that means a lot.
Blue, purple, red, baby. Blue, purple, red.
We should kill it. They are giving it to us. For a second.
Are they?
Yeah. Let's go and blue.
We're going crazy in the node war. Good games. But fuck you.
Now we have a new person on the podcast today. His name is Ham454, the best large-scale PvPer in the game worldwide. Ham, how do you feel like Asia's been kind of receiving the node war changes?
Okay, I'm gonna speak completely frank with you.
Okay.
It is trash. AFK node wars. It is so bad, man. Like, I talked to I have one of my friends about it. He went in and he was like, bro, we're AFKing for 20 minutes and then the war's just over. Like, what? Like, what is the system? We're not PvPing here. We're AFKing for rewards. We literally we literally tabbed out mid-war and played TFT. Like, this is not node wars. This is fucking, what is this?
Yeah.
It's nothing. That is the reality of the system. It is trash.
I would like to know what each region kind of feels about the node wars initially. We will start with Jason because EU is the best region.
Both from my personal opinion and speaking with the leaderships of like the largest 4, 5, 6 guilds on the server that do uncapped usually. The situation is rather bad. It's highly disliked. There's a lot of mechanics that need to be reworked in our opinion. And to boil it down to the base level of the situation, if there is no at least acknowledgement of PA within the next 14 days, we will probably lose 4 out of our 5 biggest siege guilds, and we will have the same situation that KR has.
There's something particularly that they don't like so much about it.
The biggest thing that needs to be changed in some way is like an anti-snipe mechanic or something. Snipe forts artificially inflate the amount of forts, and therefore there's no need for a fight happening usually. Most uncapped wars so far, there was like, let's say 3 node war siege guilds, and then there was like at least 3 other snipes, so there was just 3 forts. Every guild takes 1 fort, AFKs, 50 minutes, war's over. Because there's no generated fight based on the system, because the fort number gets artificially inflated. The last mechanic is highly disliked by a lot of people as well, because there's no, like, the first 50 minutes of the fight or whatever. You can just 2 minutes before the end, you can just take it.
Have you heard anybody that likes the node war changes on you? I imagine that there are some. What would you think the ratio kind of is, like to dislike ratio, percentage-wise?
I would say at best 5% like it. At the very best 5 to 95. I think there's maybe 1 or 2 guilds that like it. I'm gonna be honest. Like PvP guilds. There's PvE and lifescale guilds, yes, I'm sure. But they openly admit that they are there for the participation rewards and not for the fight. PvP guilds, it's like 5% or 10% at best.
Let's ask Kendaya. Kendaya, how do you think MENA feels about the changes?
Hello. Yeah, I talked with many guild masters in my server and they just share their thoughts. And overall, what they like no politics part. They like this randomness part. Overall, they like maybe 20-30% part of this node war system, but 70% of the part they dislike, and they also share their thoughts about. For example, for the snipe nodes, I saw suggestion there should be minimum for every region. There should be minimum participant rules. For example, let's say that I want to fight at Balanos. At least 10 people should just click that participate button. Then guild will be able to just participate. If they just go as a snipe, then they will get punished. If PA actually listens to the community about all of these problems, I think we can make this content playable, reachable, achievable.
C-Zane, I'm gonna let you. You're gonna be kind of a, now you have kind of a hot take here.
Listen, from Corrupt side, we've had nothing but bangers. Okay, I'm not gonna lie to you. Every fight Corrupt has had, it's been so fun, and majority of our time, our guild mates like it. And the reason I like it so much is because I'm trying to make the best out of what we have. Right? Is because I know that they're not gonna come up with they're not gonna revert or anything like that because they're tired of the player-based, the player-driven like node war system. So they want to revert it to what it is right now instead of reverting back to old days.
What would you say the overall reception is outside of Corrupt and like overall? What percent of the North American node war scene likes the changes?
I'd say it's pretty split. I don't think it's too overly to the other side. I do think a lot of people hate it, but I think they're hating it for the wrong reasons. I think a lot of people hate it because you're hoping that they revert it to old ways instead of like appreciating what this new system has and the upgrades the system has instead of just like completely shitting on it like a lot of people are. Before, you'd have a fight on Sunday and it'd just be snipes and you'd have nothing. Or you get the occasional, oh, I found this guild on Sunday, and then we have something. And then you hope to pray that you get 2 fights throughout the week. But now I could fight every day. And in NA, thankfully, we have a lot of guilds placing on T1s, on the 50-man. Uncapped slowly dying, like it was just Cho and us today on the Uncapped, unfortunately.
Don't you think it's kind of a bad sign that Uncapped is already dead and we're not even a week into the changes? Or I guess we're
I don't think it's dead because... So I don't think it's dead because we're a week in. I think people are just trying other caps. I don't think it's dead for any specific reason. I think maybe like some guilds were tired of getting just ran over by Cho. It was kind of like the issue before, right? Uncapped wasn't like super alive before anyways.
The majority of the feedback that I have received from North American players, and believe me, I have been getting a massive amount of feedback, whether it be through DMs, reading forum posts, and like my general stream chat and everything. I'm going to 70-30. I'm going to 70-30.
That's fine. That's not even that bad.
Yeah, I think that's fair. I think that's fair. Can you ask YambYam what the general reception has been to the new Node War system? What percentage of his Node War scene feels like they like it? And what percentage of the 8 people that do Node Wars in Korea actually dislike it?
So I'll say the first part was, he says, I don't see it in a negative way. This is fun in its own way. In the KR server, the T2 to T3 war guilds don't like it. However, he thinks overall it's a 50-50 split. Okay, so he likes it because in the T war scene, there's like 25 plus guilds that are actually participating now, and you get to fight a lot, so it's like high octane non-stop fighting. He likes that part too. As I said, the T2 and T3 guilds don't like it. He believes it's 5-5 split. Okay, so yeah, the hardcore PPers definitely don't like it in KR. He thinks there's so many improvements that need to be made because it's a new system. He thinks the issues that he wants to touch on would be the last hitting. He thinks that's a huge issue. He thinks that compared to the preparation times, or no, play time, sorry, compared to the play time, he thinks the vote like flame towers and Hwachas are way too tanky because the war's so short now. So that's definitely a big issue.
Ham, how do you feel like Asia's been kind of receiving the Node War changes?
Oh yeah, I'm gonna speak completely frank with you.
Okay.
It is trash. AFK Node Wars. It is so bad, man. Like, I talked to I have one of my friends about it. He went in and he was like, bro, we're AFKing for 20 minutes and then the war's just over. Like, what? Like, what is the system? We're not PvPing here. We're AFKing for rewards. We literally we literally tabbed out mid-war and played TFT. Like, what? This is not Node Wars. This is fucking, what is this? It's nothing. That is the reality of the system. It is trash. The only good thing, I think that like I've heard from a lot of people on multiple regions, the only good thing is that it's that you can queue up on system. Because for some context on what happens on the Asia system, Asia node war system, there's 3 mega alliances, which has got effectively what was happening before was if you weren't in one of those mega alliances and if you didn't drop with your mega alliance on the same node, you'd get barred from PvP for the week. So what you had to do is you had to drop with your alliance, which is 5-side 6-man alliance, otherwise you're barred. So the one thing that is doing that is good is the fact you can pick your pick the nodes, and you can queue effectively, right? And you get some like the funny thing is it's still happening. Like there's still mega alliances they queue up for all of the same nodes or somewhat. And what ended up happening this week is there's a few fights that ended up being like 5v2s or 5v3s. But hey, at least that's okay if it's a 5v2. But you know what's not okay? Is if you just AFK at a node and you don't get PvP. Like, what are you supposed to do? Like, you're just tabbing out, man. This is not a game. It's like, I am legitimately debating whether I should actually log into the game and play and like go to these node wars, because all it is just, oh, I get what, a bill for 20 minutes? It's the only good part about it.